Hello, it's the first day of 2018 and I'm spending some time looking up stuff on YouTube and learning about things, and here I am actually looking for information how a stud finder works. And I found something interesting about YouTube and the web and filter bubbles and different thoughts about these kind of realities. And I want to share that with you now. So, as you can see here, I started to write the question, and the question I'm going to enter is how a stud finder works. And unless it's a language problem here, I think that's the correct phrasing if you're looking for how it works. I mean, not how to use it. I'm looking for information how the sensor actually interacts with the physics of reality to pick up these studs behind the wall. Are they magnetic? Are they electrical fields? Are they ultrasonic sensors, or whatever does it use? So, but the first thing I notice here is that if I only write this question, then YouTube is trying to be smart here, and so it proposes these questions: how animals eat their food, kind of interesting. How I'm supposed to live without you, or how about that? And I suppose this is something that YouTube is based on. It provides this information based on what's popular on YouTube, I suppose. What other persons are looking for, or, well, I don't know. So we can see the list so far is how to be YouTube star, how a little microchip changed this, well, doggy thing here, or whatever it is, how a vertical piano action works. That's interesting because that's actually from my filter bubble. I've been looking for this kind of information, and YouTube remembers that and provides this. This is also from my own filter bubble, how a pH meter works. I've been looking into that. And this is related to my interest, how a jet engine starts, how a CPU is made, and so on. So it's kind of a mix of my own filter bubble and what's popular on YouTube, I suppose. So let's continue here and enter the full question. And of course this is Apple TV I'm using, so the user interface isn't the greatest, but it gets it done. Okay, now we can see that YouTube is actually quite smart. It's proposing that what I'm looking for is how a stud finder works. And how does a stud finder work? How does a Stanley stud finder work? It's kind of a good proposal. So let's go for the easiest one. How a stud finder works. Now, here I want to point out the second thing that struck me when I looked through the list now with proposals, because I don't actually get any material about how stud finder works. I get a long list of available stud finders or how to use a stud finder, and that's not actually what I'm looking for. So how can we understand this list? I mean, YouTube of course is quite smart here. I mean, the question is how a stud finder works, and it's able to figure out that it should select information about using stud finders. And it's a mix here of commercials and different YouTubers publishing materials on tips and tricks of using stud finders, or using other stuff as stud finders, and using magnetics as stud finders, and what have you, and having stud finders that doesn't work, and so on. But the most striking to me here is that I can't find any video about how they actually work. I mean, here is one, does a stud finder work? It's kind of a different approach. This one sounds promising. How does an electrical stud finder work? So I tried that one and got disappointed because it was kind of this, I don't know, generic YouTube video that seems kind of automatically generated or something, and it's just this text going on. I mean, it's on the point. How does an electronic stud finder work? And then you get this text. And this wasn't what I'm looking for. And you see it's kind of awkwardly cut off, and I don't know exactly what this is. I mean, it isn't, it is strange, and that was all. I mean, so my take on this is that there seems to be something to learn here, that most people on YouTube, or YouTube itself, when the algorithms used to find YouTube clips doesn't seem to be aimed at providing information for curious people like me that want to understand what makes things tick. It seems to be, for some reason, aimed at consumption. I mean, don't get me wrong now, I'm not a radical anti-consumption or anti-capitalist guy or anything, but there is something to learn here, that the filter bubble I have to get out of here is the one that traps me into this information. It's kind of an information bubble on consumption, I think. That's one take on it. So I get a lot of information on available stud finders and how to use them, and tips and tricks of finding studs. But the science behind it isn't there. So maybe we can try to trick YouTube to provide better information. Maybe using singular. How does a stud finder work? Let's try that one. Now we got the same list. Maybe that one then. How does a stud finder find a stud? Could be a good one. How to use, how to find without, how to use. No, that didn't help. So I suppose I could struggle with this for a while, but what I wanted to show you is just some thoughts about this filter bubble things, and how you, as in my case, or if you're a maker or if you're a curious person, it's really hard to, it seems like you're fighting filter bubbles aimed in some other direction, and it's not capable of creating a filter bubble around me so that it knows that I'm actually interested in how things work, not what products are available or how to use them. So, well, I don't have anything more to say about that. I just found that interesting, and being a philosophical guy, I wanted to share that with you, and I probably come back to this kind of topics later on. And well, please leave your comments below if you have any, and happy new 2018 to you all. Bye for now.